Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to Simple Politics. I know that I've been very bad. I haven't been playing my introduction video, but I'm gonna play it just before we get into everything. Ne? I just want to say shout out to every fighter that said hi to me yesterday. It's always nice seeing you guys, and thank you so much for your support for this channel. Now, let's get right into the hot stuff, okay?
We're making no apologies. That's it, umhlaba mawuhlulwe so that our people can have access to the land.
Life is difficult, but you must soldier on. Don't give up. If you are a coward, you don't belong here.
So, something interesting is happening, okay? First of all, there is a new player now that is introduced into the political influence, or rather, a player that is pulling the strings. Ne? That is not at the front, at the forefront, does not compete in the elections or doesn't run for elections, but they've got a big influence. And it has been underplayed so much, but now things are going so bad, the GNU is shaking. Now they're forced to show face. They're forced now to come out. The face of this new partner is called business, okay? And I'm going to show you guys some few things. But also, another interesting thing that is happening, I think the smaller parties, we've always assumed that they've got nothing much to say. They are just voting with the GNU because they want power, and they are co-opted by the ANC and the DA. But we weren't really interested in what they had to say, into their reasoning, into why they make such decisions. I don't think we really gave them the ear. So this morning I'm listening to Velinkosini Shabisa, and he's explaining his reasons why they voted for the fiscal framework, the budget. It's very interesting. And in my mind, I'm thinking, I wonder if these people really vote like this because this is genuinely what they think. This is genuinely what they think. So, Uvelenkosini Shabisa is explaining ukuthi the budget does not only revolve around the VAT increase. I'm going to play you guys the clip. This money that is being collected is going to assist the poor. The poor is going to get free electricity. The poor is going to get free water. So technically, if the VAT is collected, extra VAT, or the increased VAT is implemented, the poor of the poorest have more to gain, or we are the beneficiaries of this implementation. So he doesn't understand where the pushback is coming from, where the negative. Do you get it? And he feels like this is the best decision for the poor, and they are fighting for the poor. Kuchi IFP, Uvelenkosini Shabisa. And while he was talking, I'm thinking to myself, I feel like we've really just put them on the side. I feel like the smaller parties have really been ignored, and I think by doing so, it has been very dangerous, because I feel like if we've spent more time trying to understand where they are coming from, trying to understand their reasoning, maybe we could have gotten through them, Ukuban, to share perspective with them. Because in their mind, they think they're doing these things for the benefit to benefit the poor. They're doing good. Yeah, man. So says the budget is poor friendly. But let's play Velenkosini Shabisa's clip, and then you guys, let's discuss it further after, because I don't know.
Our main support are the poorest of the poor, but we cannot mislead them. because the VAT is not being introduced for the first time under difficult circumstances. You look at the options that can be of value in order to have a budget that will be able to serve the people of South Africa. So we want to assure our people that the budget that has been released and approved, it is going to address their need. I must conclude by this one. In the current past budget, an amount of 1.7 billion has been set aside to intervene on disaster-related matters. As last week, as Minister of COGTA, I released 1.4 billion to various municipalities and departments throughout South Africa in order to intervene to all our people who were affected by disaster. We supported this budget. Above 0.5 VAT increase, there is 1.7 billion for disaster-related instances, and also 4 billion that is going to be kept in order to address the disaster instances of the previous year. Lastly, more allocation is going to be given to municipalities. These billions given to municipalities will relieve the poorest of the poor to get free water and free electricity, which is subsidized by the government through the municipal processes. So now, the myth that the budget is about 0.5 VAT increase really must not have legs to stand. The budget has more benefit to our people other than concentrating on one item. Billions of rands will be invested on ECD, early childhood development of our children. The amount per child in this budget is increasing from 17 rand to 24 rand per a child up to 4 years of age, which has not been the case. And the children who will benefit on this money are the children of the poorest of the poor. That is why we say the budget is poor friendly, as contrary to all what is being said as a misinformation.
So as you hear that, Uvelenkosi Nhlabiza says that the budget is poor friendly. So I want you guys to tell me, by listening to him, do you see, Enyani, they genuinely think that they are doing good and they are doing good for the poor? So where does the miscommunication come from? Do you think we've done a bad job by not trying maybe to pull them along with us? Or are we saying it's actually not our duty to educate political parties? You know, it's the duty of the people to understand what the parties stand for before they actually vote for them, and to hold them accountable. So I don't know. As I was listening to Velenkosi, I was like, I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Because I feel like, how can these people be helped? Or are they going to learn the hard way? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. As I said, that's just my 2 cents. Now, moving around to business. Okay. We've got a new player in the field now, business. And I saw the Freedom Front Plus president said that they're not going to leave the GNU because of a disagreements in the budget. Heaven. So little who's making the rules, gun? Is the ANC the ones who are making the rules and stepping down on them? Or now people now can dictate to go to know, we are not going. And I'm thinking, Ramaphosa, just have a backbone and remove Abantu. Kesibonma, what is it that they're going to do? Because they seem to think that they can't be removed from the GNU. At the end of the day, they are at the mercy of the president. So Freedom Front Plus says they're not going to leave the GNU bona just because of the disagreements in the budget. So whose budget must they implement? Because the bona, they voted against the budget. Whose budget must they implement? And so I was listening to this clip. I think firstly I must play the clip for Ramaphosa, because Cyril Ramaphosa spoke and gave the importance of the business, and gave a brief on how they've been working with the business. And so he says that they will not be dictated by the business. Business does not compete in the elections. It's not voted for. They do work with them because they do contribute, but they're not going to dictate. My thing is, I genuinely just don't trust Ramaphosa that he will stand by his word. I just don't have faith in him right now. He could be saying that in front of the cameras, but I just don't trust him. Let's play this clip and hear what he said.
We have been cooperating with business as we execute our reforms, because they have a role to play. Business does play a key role in the economy of our country. The private sector's participation in our economy is about 70%. So they are a major player. And as a major player, we work with them on a cooperative basis, where we work together and we listen to each other's views, and we take decisions to move the country forward. But what will not happen is for any business to give orders and to dictate what should happen, because that space is the space that is occupied by people who have been elected by the people of South Africa. Business is not elected. People who are in parliament are the ones who've been elected to represent who? The views of everyone, including the views of business people in the country. So the extent to which we cooperate with business must be understood to be a process and a relationship of cooperating to take the country forward, and not to dictate to one another. And that we will never allow. We are only dictated to by the people of South Africa. Finish and clear. That's all. That's where it starts, and that is where it ends.
So just as I was listening to Ramaphosa, and then I came through another interview that explained the importance of business, and that explained that the business plays a huge part. So Little, if this business is so influential, why doesn't it contest again the elections, so that we can know that we are voting for business now? If this business is so important and so influential, why can't we just vote for the business? Yeah, and so I was listening to this gentleman trying to explain. Let's play the clip for him as well. Let's just see what he says.
I think President Ramaphosa wants to assert the independence of government apart from civil society, business, and so forth. Business has been controversial in South Africa in the past for many reasons, but business is also his partner in the GNU. If you talk about Operation Vulindlela, how are we fixing the rail network? It is with the help of business. How are we fixing Eskom? It is with the help of business. How do we get trucks down to Durban and make the N3 work? It's with the help of business and so forth. So in a sense, there is a third partner in this GNU. It's the two main political parties. It's the 8 other smaller Nyana ones, and then there's business. And business has been essentially the positive, or has highlighted the positive of this GNU by saying, if these guys are getting it together, we can do business here. Maybe we can get the famous Adrian Gore projection that we can get to 3.2% GDP growth. That will not happen without one of these three pillars. And so whatever we might say and whatever suspicions we might have of business, if business says, these guys are not getting it together, there's going to be very bad consequence. And the key one will be investment. So if you are an automaker and you say, I'm being hit with 31% tariffs and the political climate doesn't look too good, what do? It might as well go to Texas.
Yeah.
So we have to think of all these things when we think about this GNU. If it collapses, there will be other effects.
So just after listening to this gentleman, I'm thinking to myself, Ukuti, so do our political parties have any influence at all? What's like, especially the ones that are in power, the ANC? And I remember now watching that clip of John Steenhuisen saying that they also received a letter from the business. So the business now is trying to convince the DA to stay in the GNU. So who is this business? So now the DA, I'm going to play that clip for Steenhuisen, is not sure if they are going or they are coming. Because a part of them, they want to go. Business is not allowing them to leave the GNU. Despite everything. So literally, if this business has so much opinion, has got so much influence, the dollar versus rand has gone up, the pound, since what this business, why they don't contest elections if they've got such an opinion? Clearly, the country is run by business. Nyani ka nyan bayavela. So I don't know, guys. Let's play the clip for Steenhuisen actually. Then you so that you can actually put these pieces together and understand what is happening here.
We did receive a letter from business, indeed, and I think we've seen the market's reaction to a government without the DA. R1 trillion wiped off the JSE just as a result of a market reaction to a potential that the DA would no longer be in government.
I think once you put these pieces together, you understand why they're fighting so hard for organizations like the EFF to not be in government. Because the organizations like the EFF, they can't be controlled. They will never allow to be controlled by business. So this is why the fight is so much, because business is trying to make sure whoever that is in government, it must be someone they can put in check. And they know very well that they can't put Julius Malema in check. So, and it seems like we didn't know that business has such an influence in our day-to-day decisions and our political parties. Seems like the political parties are just the front. Otherwise, the person who's running the show is business. Business is in charge. Who is the business? Private sector. The big companies. So, I don't know, guys. I do think everything is just coming into light, Nyan. Yes, things are coming into light. Things are starting to make sense. It's crazy. Oh, let me know what you guys think. I mean, that's all I had. That's all I was bringing. Let me know what you guys think. Should we really be concerned about this business dictating our country? What's the use of voting if business is going to tell us what to do? Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next episode. Aluta continua. If you don't know who I am, my name is Zizipolo Pelwana, and thank you so much. Thank you for subscribing. I'm sure you have. And thank you for being part of this channel. I'll see you on the next one.